Welcome back to Dirty 20, everybody. Today we take a detour through the mists into the dread realm of Ravenloft to discuss maybe my favorite D&D character of all time, Dr. Rudolph van Richten. Let's get on with the show. Van Richten is the quintessential vampire hunter with a tragic backstory. If you haven't already, please do check out our videos on Curse of Strahd and also on Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, which is one of our more recent videos. Definitely check them out if you want to learn more about Van Richten and about the campaign setting of Ravenloft. Based on the character of Abraham Van Helsing from Bram Stoker's Dracula, Van Richten is the monster hunter of Ravenloft. Originally from the domain of Darkon, which is featured in Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, his tragic story starts when a family using Vistani traditions to hide their criminal activities kidnaps his son, Erasmus. All this because the good but brash doctor refused to help one of their members who was fatally ill. They would go on to sell Erasmus to a vampire, Baron Metis. Van Richten would catch up with the kidnappers, but would end up with a curse. Live you always among monsters, and see everyone you love die beneath their claws. A curse that to this day follows him. This kidnapping would also, in a roundabout manner, bring about his first student. Davenir was a young girl when her family kidnapped Erasmus. When Van Richten tracked them down and brought the matriarch to justice, she did nothing to stop him. Years would pass, but eventually would catch up with Van Richten, and he would take her on as one of his first students, teaching her all about monster hunting. Now, this is perhaps one of my favorite elements of Van Richten and his character. It is the fact that he's taken on many students over the years. And this is something that we're going to talk about later in how I would try to use him in one of my campaigns. Van Richten would continue searching for Erasmus, however, it would not end well. Baron Metis had turned his son Erasmus and murdered his wife Ingrid. And in a moment of clarity, Erasmus begs his father to stop his suffering, and Van Richten has to kill his own son. He then goes on to completely annihilate Baron Metis, who had basically ripped his soul apart. Since then, he has hunted the deserts of the dark relentlessly, and though he has made a lot of allies along the way and taken on a lot of students, he's always wary of the curse that he carries. Interestingly, his son, Erasmus, came back as a ghost, and he stays with his father and tries to aid him whenever possible. Unfortunately, due to the curse and because of Erasmus's special circumstances, he's not able to communicate with his father, and his father cannot perceive him. Now, Chapter 3 in Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft has all of this information and more relating to Darkon, his home domain of dread, where there's some interesting characters in there, including Alceo Metis, the sister of Baron Metis, who killed Erasmus and was killed by Van Richten, and Alceo is obsessed with trying to catch up with him, so that's an interesting thing. When it comes to stats, I would recommend using the ones that come in Curse of Strahd, but I'm just going to give a quick spoiler warning for Curse of Strahd because looking at this stat block is going to reveal a kind of a little secret for the campaign, so you've been warned. So on page 238 of Curse of Strahd, we have a stat block for Rictavio. Rictavio is the half-elf bard that Van Richten is pretending to be in his current search for and trying to kill Strahd von Zarovich. So taking a look, you can see CR5 again, which I like as he can potentially be among lower level NPCs and not outshine them. He's a 9th level spellcaster, and he's pretty deadly against undead, dealing an extra 3d6 damage, which I guess you would expect because he is the monster hunter. In terms of using him in a campaign, I really like the idea of him taking on the party or some characters within the party as his students. And in this way you could use him as the guy in the chair, the quest giver, the guy who finds jobs for the party to do. And that, together with his tragic backstory and his curse, I'm sure would make for some really, really good drama. In fact, I have two characters that I created, Abe and Belmont Van Halfling, who I put in their backstory that they were ghostwise halflings whose family was killed by a monster attack, and they were found as infants by Van Richten and taken on as students who learnt all about monster hunting from him. And of course they were monster hunter subclasses of the ranger. And there is this one bit of fluff in the book which I really like and kind of really justifies this approach. And I'm just going to read a little excerpt from this letter on page 11 that is written by Van Richten, and it's in response to other letters that some of his students that are also in the book, including Extraordinaire, have written to him. I'm also sending an apology. One this might be my last chance to make. There are 1,000 times I wish I'd been better, when I should have spoken not from the past, but from my heart. I'm sorry I wasn't more patient, and that I never told you how often your bravery and wit dazzled me, and still do. Laurie, Jennifer, Alanic, Arthur, you're all I have left of family. I haven't said it enough, but I love you all like my own. For what it's worth, I consider you all Van Richtens now. My name is yours to use as you please. I pray it brings you more joy than it's brought me. But whatever name you use, I know you'll carry it as a candle to ward off the shadows. So, there we have it, guys. What are your thoughts on Dr. Rudolf Van Richten? Would you use him in your campaign? Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Share it if you're feeling generous. And, as always, keep slaying. If you've enjoyed this content, then please smash that like button, subscribe, share this around online, and come and visit our website, www.lavictoriaproductions.com, to see all our past episodes, as well as our blog posts and all the stuff that we're currently working on at La Victoria Productions. Why not reach out to us and tell us what you think of our videos? You can reach us on Twitter. @MouthLaVictoria is our producer. We are also on Instagram. I am Enano LVP, and our producer is Jazzy J Cherot. We're also La Victoria Productions on Facebook and LinkedIn. Come on by and let us know what you think.